whole world stopped for a moment. Seconds passed as if holding their breath, like the earth waiting for a whisper from two of the brightest shining stars in South Korea's entertainment sky, Taehyung and Jungkook. Two names that have long graced the hearts of millions of people around the world. Two names that never failed to make tears fall just because of one little smile. Today, it wasn't just the stage that shone. It was a moment that felt like a warm embrace in the middle of a storm. Taehyung and Jungkook have just declared their love, not for the stage, not for the music, but for ARMY. And the world changed in an instant. The morning seemed ordinary. Seoul is shrouded in a light fog, and the calendar shows only one number that is not special for some people. But for the ARMY, this day will be remembered as a sacred date, a time that will never be erased from their collective memory. Without warning, without a press conference, without a grand camera spotlight, the two BTS members appeared simultaneously in a frank live broadcast on the Weber's platform. No excessive makeup, no script, just two sincere faces sitting side by side, and their hearts wide open. "We've been holding this back for a long time," Taehyung said, his eyes staring at the screen as if it were able to penetrate thousands of kilometers towards every fan who was holding his phone with trembling hands. His voice was low, soulful. "But today, we want to talk. We want you to know." Jungkook, who was sitting next to him, only smiled faintly, but her tears had already begun to wane. "ARMY," he said quietly, almost in a whisper, "you are our home." No need for bombastic words. No need for dramatic background music. Just that sentence alone was enough to make thousands of comments flood the broadcast in a matter of seconds. "We love you too," wrote one Argentinian. "You are our world," added another from the Philippines. The world feels so small when such a big love is spoken in a virtual space that has no boundaries. Taehyung paused for a moment. His hand squeezed Jungkook's fingers gently, and it wasn't just an ordinary gesture of friendship. It was a testament to the spiritual intimacy that only people who have gone through all the storms together can have. "We want you to know we're nothing without you. Me, Jungkook, all of us. We would never be at this point without the ARMY," he said, and his voice began to tremble. Jungkook nodded. His face was serious, yet full of tenderness. "There are days when I feel like I'm losing my way," she said. "But then I read your letters, saw your paintings, heard your voices in concerts. And I remember, I wasn't alone. I have an ARMY. We have an ARMY." The broadcast lasted almost an hour, but time seemed to melt into a point full of emotions. "They're not talking about a comeback. I'm not talking about a new album. Did not announce a spectacular concert. But it is precisely in that simplicity, in the silence that accompanies each of their sentences, that Taehyung and Jungkook convey the most magnificent message they have ever uttered. Pure, eternal, and unconditional love for ARMY. I in the middle of the broadcast. Taehyung took a deep breath. Then from behind the small table in front of them, he took out a small purple box. "I made this myself," he said quietly. "Not from a famous brand, but from my heart." Jungkook saw her with a proud smile. Taehyung opens the box and shows him a bracelet that says, "ARMY, you are my forever." His hand trembled as he put it on Jungkook's wrist. "One for me, one for him," Taehyung said. "And one moment, one for all of you." The moment broke out into digital hysteria. Thousands of screenshots spread across social media. Thousands of fanbase accounts translated every word into various languages. But no one can truly grasp its true meaning other than those who witness it firsthand. In tears, in silence, in unstoppable love. Jungkook stared at the camera for a long time before he said, "You know, we may not always be together physically, but love does not require close proximity. Love, it only takes a heart that does not give up." The sentence echoed, like a poem whispered in a quiet night, like a song that has never been released but has long been sung in the heads of fans. Since that night, the world has never been the same. Because two of the brightest stars in entertainment have chosen to shine a light on the one thing they care about most, their love for the ARMY. Right after that broadcast ended, the mood around the world changed drastically. Twitter, or X, as it's now called, exploded with the hashtags Taehyung loves RMY, "We love you too," and "Forever with BTS." Some of them instantly occupied global trending in less than 15 minutes. There were no new album or single launches, no grandiose appearances at award shows, but cyberspace felt more alive than ever. Why? Because true love never needs a grand stage. It just needs an open heart. Behind the scenes, it turned out that the broadcast was a sudden decision. According to one staffer who declined to be named, Taehyung and Jungkook came to the HYB building that morning without a plan. They just sat together, dressed in simple hoodies and casual pants, and said, "We want to talk to the army." Today, no big production team. Only one camera, one small room, and two hearts that are too full of gratitude to be contained anymore. Taehyung said he didn't sleep all night. The staffer said he wrote something all night, but ended up not reading anything. He chose to speak from the heart. Jungkook, he just said, "I want to show love, not just say it." And that's what they do. Armies from all over the world felt it. They do not see two perfect idols, but two human beings who are tired, sincere, and honest in love. Not love in a corny form, but love that enlarges the soul, strengthens the steps, and unites millions of hearts in one space called fandom. In Brazil, a soldier named Luana cried while watching the broadcast. "I went through hard days," she said in her TikTok post, which has now been viewed 2 million times. But when Jungkook said, "You are our home," I felt like my life had meaning. Because someone as good as him, and Taehyung, thinks my presence is important. It means everything. In Korea, the media began to highlight the effects of the broadcast. Some called it a revolutionary moment in the relationship between the artist and fans. Some call it an unusual, but very meaningful confession of love. But what cannot be denied, since that day, ARMY around the world felt the presence of BTS not only on the screen, but in the chest. In the evening, Jungkook uploaded a video on his personal Instagram. Without words, just a view of the moon from his bedroom window and the caption, "Under this same moon, I know you're there." Thank you, ARMY. Taehyung posted a picture of his hand wearing a homemade bracelet with the caption, "I wear you on my wrist, but carry you in my heart." Both are not promoting anything. Do not sell merchandise. Do not open pre-orders. They are just present. And their presence feels like an embrace in winter for millions of lonely hearts. And that evening, thousands of fans in different parts of the world began to make similar bracelets, wearing them as a symbol of invisible ties with their two idols. The Purple Bracelet Challenge hashtag went viral, and thousands of photos of purple bracelets reading, "You are my forever," flooded social media. A few days later, something even more surprising happened. In a small charity event in Busan secretly initiated by local fans, two unexpected silhouettes appeared in the crowd. In the middle of a donation event that was originally only planned to help the children of the orphanage, two tall men in masks and hoodies walked in. At first, no one noticed. But when one of them took off his mask and smiled as he said, "Annyeong," the world seemed to freeze again. It's Taehyung. And behind him, with his hand clasping a large donation bag, was Jungkook. They didn't come with bodyguards. They didn't bring cameras. No media. Just the two of them following the trail of love that began since that broadcast. Jungkook put the donation box on the table, then said, "This is from us and from the army all over the world. We're just representatives." Taehyung added with a small smile, "It's not about us. It's about you guys. And about real love." The incident made the people present cry. Some children even hugged their legs while saying, "Gamawo, Appa."